Hey everybody, I will start some of the stuff on swing trading basics. I'm listening to music in the background and I'm just having my first sips of coffee, so hopefully I won't be too off track, and hopefully the music doesn't come through in the video or else I'll have to redo everything. Anyways, there are two things that I want to look for before I take any swing trade. One is the bull swing scan result, or the conditions that constitute a bull swing scan result, and pull back to meaningful support. Meaningful support can mean a lot of different things. As I said in a couple other videos, like I'll talk about two different kinds: static and dynamic. Static support being like support and resistance level. So let's do one like here. That would be meaningful resistance because you have price responding to this and falling, price responding to this, falling, price responding to this, falling. So this would be an area of meaningful resistance. Meaningful support, we go somewhere like around here and around there. Let's change a couple of those. Since currently price is above that, these are supports. Anyway, so these would be areas of support. As you can see, price has hit it and like falls through really quickly, tests it, falls down, tests it, falls down, tests it, breaks through. So this is an area of support right now because we're above that. But anyways, these would be meaningful support and resistances because price is doing stuff there consistently. You could probably draw one like in here too, but I'm going to leave that out just because I would have to look at more history to really draw that. Where am I? Okay, so I'm looking for bull swing conditions, and in my scans that is using the moving averages and Williams accumulation and distribution. Right now we're looking at the 8-hour chart of Ocean, and I'm in the replay function, so this is the past. This isn't like live right now, but this is a trade that I actually am in right now. I'm in Seattle, so it's Pacific time, but 4 p.m. Pacific, this Ocean printed on the scan a bull trend confirmed. That's 2 bars above the channel, and Williams above its moving average. You don't need this because this is how I define the trend. You don't need this on your charts because it's essentially included in the scan. If anything pops up in a scan, then it's in the right trend. So you don't need to have this indicator. But anyway, so 1600, 2 bars above the channel. Williams is above its SMA. So this would have been a bull trend confirmed. I don't do anything with that. It's just an announcement, really. So play it through a little bit. This bar here is, let's go back. So this bar here, oh God, why? So the 14th, 4 p.m. Seattle Pacific time, we have our 5th bar, and it's the 5th bar that's above this channel. So that, oh man, horrible. 5th bar above the channel and Williams above its SMA. This would constitute a bull swing signal. So this right here, if I scanned at the end of this bar, would pop up Ocean 8-hour time frame bull swing, and that's the moneymaker. That's where I put Ocean on a watch list. I'll hit what is it, Alt W in TradingView. You can type Alt W and it'll add it to a watch list right over here. I'm just going to do that and show you, but there you go, Alt W, and it automatically pops into the watch list. So that's one that I would look at. and I'm waiting for a pullback to support. So as time continues on, price may go up, price may go down. I don't know where it's going to go. The scan doesn't show that. It just tells me that there's a condition that exists that is it has a high likelihood of being profitable to the upside, because I'm not going to go into that. Sorry. Anyways, I'm looking for a pullback to support, and right now I have two areas that are looking good to me. One is I have my bottom SMA, which I can use as support, and I also have this static support here that I drew earlier. So I can set bids around this point to get in for my swing trade, because if price hits here, it has a high likelihood of coming back up. So one of the things that I may mention sometimes is taking higher probability trades. Like, I want to have lots of room to the upside. So let's say, okay, let's go back over here real quick. Let's say, like, this isn't a bull swing signal, but like, let's say this came up as a bull swing signal and we have a pullback to support. I don't necessarily want to take this trade because we have resistance right above it. Like, that will limit my upside, because there will be a hard time for price to get past this point. As you can see, that's exactly what happened. Like, I may take this trade and plan on getting out 100% at resistance, or I will just not take the trade because price is already responding to that resistance and may just fall out. So there are two sort of considerations I'll have when price is near resistance. Like, I want to take the trade when price is at least closer to a support instead of closer to a resistance. So coming back up to the live time frame, we have our support right down here. We have a dynamic support, which is above a static support. That's really the best situation. So I'll have bids set around this zone, the 40, anywhere up from like 39, well, where are we at? Anywhere from like 39.50 up to here, 41. Like, I'll usually set like an alert for when price is moving down that SMA, and then once that happens, then I'll look and see how it's moving and figure out where I want to actually set in a bid. But if I'm like not at the computer or something like that, I'll just set a bid above both I'll set it at least above the static support, but usually somewhere near my dynamic support, and then that's adjusted as time goes on. So I have my bid above support, and let's move forward a little bit. Have another bar. Things are still looking good, even though like price went up very, very high up to resistance. So that would have been like a really nice trade if you jumped in initially, but we're not talking about breakouts, we're talking about swing trades. This is still a valid swing trade signal, and we're just waiting. So another bar, and in this bar we would have gotten our fill. Price came, because each bar I'm adjusting up my bids as the SMA moves. So I have a bid set in like right here, and price comes down, hit it, we're above a static support, we're in line with my dynamic support, so this, and we are more closer to support than we are to resistance. So this is a trade I want to take. So jump into that trade. My phone's ringing. God, it's horrible. We jump into that trade, and you can see as time continued, we are still in really good profit. I will typically have 3 take profit zones. One being around the top SMA. Like, I'll set a third of my position to exit on a trailing stop loss, and then I have 2 times the width of the channel as a second target, and once price hits that, then I also do a running trailing stop loss to exit out another third of position. So as of this bar, I've already made two sales on it, and my stop loss becomes break even. So I'll set my stop at where I got into the trade. So I've made money on it, and now I cannot lose money no matter what. So we're still in the trade right now with the trailing stop loss, and you can see it's still going. So this is live right now, and that's really great. Last night I was in the trade, and I was talking to Josh and a couple other folks, and I was like, if we break this 50-cent mark, I'm going to the store and getting some premium liquor, because I have a pretty good position on this one. But anyways, that is how I would set up a swing trade, and I'll do a couple more so you can kind of see how it goes, but that's the basics.